OCU taking their warm-up shots right now. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of this one. USAO, an excellent basketball team, coming into this game ranked number 14 in the NAIA. And they are led by Brandon Cutler. He is a transfer from Stephen F. Austin. He averages 17.5 points and 7 rebounds a game for USAO, a 6'8 senior for the Drovers. OCU, ranked 22nd in the NAIA, struggled shooting the basketball the other night against John Brown and fell 66-61 to the Golden Eagles at Bill George Arena. They're 7-2, 0-1 in conference play. Terry Johnson led the Stars with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Charlton Jones also had 17 points for OCU. He had 5 rebounds and 3 steals in the game. He leads the conference with 7 assists a contest, and he is 5th in the nation in assists per game. Elhaji Wade had 10 points for the Stars and 5 rebounds. He also had 2 blocks for OCU in that game. USAO comes off a victory over number 9 Rogers State, 78-71 at USAO Fieldhouse on Thursday night. They're 8-1, 1-0 in conference play. Norris Rumpf led the way with 28 points in the game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds against the Hillcats. He was 4 of 6 from three-point range and 72% from the field. He is 3rd in the NAIA in three-point percentage and 4th in assist-to-turnover ratio. Shavon Scott had 10 points in the game. He averages 9.5 on 50% shooting. Deion Phelps coaches the Stars in his 2nd year. And the always sharply dressed Briscoe McPherson leading USAO. He is 300 and 321 in 22 seasons. He led USAO to the NAIA National Championship in 2002. And he got his 300th win on Thursday against Rogers State. We'll step aside. Starting lineups in a moment on OCUSports.com and Stretch Internet.
And your lap is on the floor. Yep, it's Jeff Foxworthy Parade saying, when you party, be sure to designate before you celebrate.
If you want to make it home alive, let me drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Please don't drink and drive. It's not fun.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry.
And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. Yeah, you know we love it when the music does the talking.
And you know, the music stops when someone gets killed.
So never let someone you know get behind the wheel if they've been drinking. So keep it real. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
I wasn't going to school because I was just making money stealing cars. And one day I was put into juvie for 2 stolen cars, robbery of a house, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Well, I was 10 when I first got involved with drugs. I skipped school because, nobody cared. I was on drugs, and my mom didn't really care because she was on drugs. She was never home.
When I first got pregnant, school was not important to me, so I dropped out. And now that I'm 15, I have 2 babies.
I was heading nowhere. I just thought, the only way I can make something out of my life is that if I get an education. One day I was locked up. That's when I really realized that, it wasn't for me. I was only in there 2 months, but to me that was enough. It'd be better for me to stay in school, just get my education.
I still need to go to school to make it for myself.
Stay in school. Give yourself a chance.
I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
In November 2004, Jose was sentenced to 8 years for committing a gun crime. His wife and 2 sons were left alone.
Today I want to talk to you about being arrested.
My family has suffered immensely. They're the ones that really suffered the most for my decisions that I've made in my life.
When you were arrested and you went to jail, what were you thinking about?
My kids, my wife, my mother, my brother, my dad. That's what I thought about the most.
Do you think your boys know what's going on?
It's kind of hard for them, so they just deny it.
What would you tell young kids?
Just think about your family first. The family always comes first, and your family's always going to be there for you.
If you could do things over again, what would you change?
I would try to change the mistakes that I've made in my life, because your family suffers, especially your kids. That's a pain I would never want to put them through ever again.
When you commit a gun crime, your family serves the sentence with you. Gun crimes hit home. Brought to you by Project Safe Neighborhoods and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. And remember, don't drink and drive. It's just not worth it.
But you can do something in between. Maybe you can drive my car.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Ronnie Wood of the Stones for RAD. You know it's okay to rock and roll and party, because I do it all the time. Just let someone else do the driving. That's what I do. Remember, rock lives, and you should too. Please don't drink and drive.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
How to deal with someone who says that's so gay. Turn it around. Did your mom cut the crust off your peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That is so gay.
Oh yeah? How would you like it if I said, that's so guy who makes fun of other people's sandwiches, mostly because he's secretly jealous of them, and who also has ketchup on his face?
Okay, jeez. Sorry. Wait, do I seriously have ketchup on me? When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off. Learn more at thinkbeforeyouSpeak.com. Brought to you by Glisten and the Ad Council.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars and USAO getting set to hit the court. Men's basketball, OCU women's got a big win, 56 points over USAO earlier today. The starting lineups for USAO go this way. At guard, Phillip Harris, 5'11" senior from Spencer, Oklahoma, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal a game. Shavon Scott starts at guard as well, a 6'3", 200-pound junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 9.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal a game. Norris Rumpf on the outside as well, number 23, a 6'2" senior from Savannah, Georgia. 16 points, 2.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals a game for the 14th-ranked Drovers of USAO. Brandon Cutler, 6'8" senior, transfer from Stephen F. Austin, originally from Lawton, Oklahoma. 17.5 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and half a steal per game. And at forward is Jesseth Lloyd, 6'7", 200 pounds, and a junior from Brooklyn, New York. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal a game. For OCU, at point guard, Charlton Jones, 6'1", 180, and a senior from Katy, Texas. 12.5 points, 5 rebounds, a conference-leading 7 assists, and 1 steal a game. Terry Johnson, the off guard, 6', 175, and a junior from Chicago. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals a game. Jamil Donovan makes his first start for OCU today. 5'9", 155, and a freshman from Oklahoma City. 1 point, half a rebound, 2 assists, and 1 steal a game. In the middle, Elhaji Wade, 6'9", 200, and a senior from Dakar, Senegal. 5.5 points, 4 rebounds, and half a block shot a game. And at the 4 spot, Caleb Smith, 6'5", 195, and a junior from Choctaw, Oklahoma. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 assist per game. Let's call this what it is for OCU. This could be a very interesting afternoon for the Stars, as we knew Terrence Walker would be unavailable. Troynell Adams is also unavailable, and Tim Morton is no longer available for OCU as well. Stars operating with a extremely short bench, as only 3 players will be available to come off the bench. Yvonne Matip and Sean Grant have seen significant action. Josh Fields, the freshman, has seen almost no action for OCU this year, and USAO wins the tip, and the 14th-ranked Drovers have the basketball moving from right to left in the green uniforms with USAO across the front. Scott throws it top of the key to Phillip Harris, swings it around to Cutler, the Stephen F. Austin transfer. One dribble guarded by Alhaji Wade. Out it goes to Harris. Now over to the right side. It goes back to Shavon Scott. Dumps it down low to Cutler, right side. Guarded by Wade. Got away with a double dribble. Ball poked away. Recovered by USAO. Spinning jumper in the paint by Scott. Missed. And Alhaji Wade secures the rebound. Wraps it up with both hands. And hands it off to Jamil Donovan for OCU. Terry Johnson has it way outside left. Top of the key to Charlton Jones. Fakes right. Dribbles left. Goes down the left side of the paint. Challenges the defender from USAO, Lloyd. And it's blocked out of bounds by Lloyd. And will stay with the Stars with 21 on the shot clock. Jamil Donovan inbounds, does so to Terry Johnson, mid-post left, drives into the paint. Athletic move to the bucket, but he missed the shot. Rebound slapped around. It's still loose. Still no one controls it. And finally, USAO comes up with it. Shavon Scott got it. Down the floor to Cutler. 18-foot jumper right side is an air ball. Strong, but Lloyd rebounds for USAO. Ball slapped away from him and taken by Terry Johnson. Terry down the right side of the floor all the way to the bucket, and he lays it off the glass and in, and OCU is on top 2-0. First USAO turnover on the previous possession. Quickly, Lloyd catches underneath. Dribbles it back out for the Drovers. He hands it off to Rumpf. Swing it around to Harris. And now to Scott way outside right. Top of the key to Harris. Drives right on Charlton Jones. Jump stop. Hands it underneath to Cutler. He's tripped by Alhaji Wade. And Wade will pick up a foul. His first and the team's first. With the short bench, Haji cannot afford to be in foul trouble. He needs to be available whenever necessary for OCU. USAO will inbound. Scott inbounds to Cutler at the elbow right side. Wade guards him. He spins into the paint, puts up a tough shot, missed it. Good D by Alhaji that time. And Terry Johnson rebounds for the Stars on the run. Swing it around left side to Charlton Jones. Charlton waits for Cutters. 5 feet outside of three-point distance. Wade catches left low post against Cutler. Spins, baseline side, turnaround shot missed. Rebound tapped up and in by Charlton Jones. Nobody boxed him off coming from the right wing. And Charlton Jones has two, and OCU is on top 4-0 over USAO. Rumpf way outside left, feeds the cutter. Cutler lost control for a moment, got it back, kicks it out to Rumpf, guarded by Jamil Donovan. Takes a jab step, drives to the right, stops foul line, puts up the 15-footer. It's around the rim, no good, and Terry Johnson leaps up for the rebound for OCU. Terry down the center of the floor, hesitates, crosses over, drives the right side, puts up a tough shot that missed, and Alhaji Wade came up over the back of Cutler and picked up his second foul, and that is exactly what OCU could not afford, is to have Alhaji Wade pick up two quick fouls. He has to go to the bench, and Yvonne Matip comes in. So it's essentially a five-guard lineup on the floor for OCU now, and USAO with a significant amount of size, including Brandon Cutler, the leading scorer at 6'8". Harris underneath feeds the cutter for a layup that's off the glass and in by Norris Rumpf. USAO on the board for the first time. Rumpf with his first two. Jamil Donovan drives, layup, no, but a foul called. And Jamil Donovan will be at the line for a pair. First foul on USAO. It goes on Rumpf. That's his first. 6'2" senior from Savannah, Georgia. And the freshman for OCU will step to the foul line where he's 75% on the season. First one on the way. Around the rim, no. 4-2, OCU with 17-16 left in the first half. Some scores from around the conference. OBU defeated Wayland Baptist 74-66 as Donovan misses both and Cutler rebounds for USAO. Lubbock Christian all over St. Gregory's 89-56 today. Both final in men's action. Cutler guarded by Caleb Smith. Caleb pokes the ball away out of bounds. It went off of his leg. It'll be USAO basketball. Left baseline underneath with 25 on the shot clock. Scott will throw it in. Does so to Harris in the corner. To the foul line to Cutler. Quick jumper around the rim missed. And Matip rebounds on the run for OCU. Down the floor to Charlton Jones to Caleb Smith in the left corner. Pass top of the key to Jamil Donovan. Guarded man-to-man by Rumpf. Into the corner to Matip. Yvonne gives it back to Terry Johnson. Swing it around right side to Charlton Jones with 21 to shoot. Charlton gets a screen to the left from Caleb Smith. Goes that way. Hedged by Cutler. Got in the air. Fires it to Caleb Smith. Out to Donovan. Right back to Caleb. Top of the key. Long jumper around the rim and in. A two-pointer for Caleb Smith. OCU 6, USAO 2. Philip Harris on the dribble outside right. Crosses over on Charlton Jones to the baseline. Jump stop. Charlton's all over him. And a jump ball is called. That's incredible. That really should have been a foul on Charlton Jones. And OCU will get the basketball off the alternate possession. Jameel Donovan runs the point for the Stars. Gives it to Matip. Goes right side to Terry Johnson. Stars on top by 4. Donovan catches near midcourt. Fires to Matip on the left wing. Yvonne surveys. Top of the key it goes to Charlton Jones. To the right side, Caleb Smith. Fakes the 3. Drives the baseline. Hangs in the air. Shot blocked by Cutler out of bounds. It'll be OCU basketball with 15 to shoot. Jameel Donovan will inbound. Right baseline underneath for OCU. Waits for the play to develop. Comes into Yvonne Matip on the right wing. 14 to shoot. Yvonne drives on Lloyd. Jump stop in the paint. Hangs in the air. Foul called, and Yvonne Matip will be at the line for 2. I believe Lloyd will pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team's second.
Jonathan Lloyd, his first personal, second team foul. 10 at the line. Yvonne Matip, OCU, 2 times.
Yvonne Matip at the line, a 90% foul shooter on the season. Makes a first. OCU out to a 7-2 lead with 15:58 left in the first half. Second of 2 by Matip is also good. USAO with the basketball. Philip Harris in the backcourt, guarded man-to-man by Charlton Jones. Comes over to the left side to Rumpf. Back to Harris. Quick 3, top of the key. Missed it, too short. And Matip rebounds, has to save it from going out of bounds. Does so to Charlton Jones. Charlton down the floor on the dribble, stops, finds Matip, fakes the 3, drives into the paint, falls down, lost control. USAO comes up with it. Down the floor, Rumpf crosses over, hands it behind him to Lloyd. Shot blocked by Caleb Smith, and the rebound to Charlton Jones. Long lead up ahead for Terry Johnson. Johnson jump stop, layup around the rim and in.
2, Terry Johnson on the basket, OCU.
Good defense by Caleb Smith led to that one, and it's 10-2 OCU. Lloyd dumps it down to Cutler. Left low post ball knocked away by Matip. And Yvonne comes up with a steal. He's up ahead of everybody. 1-on-2. Yvonne goes to the goal and scores. And a timeout USAO. What a great start for the Stars. On top by 10. 5 minutes into the game. 12-2 OCU. We'll step aside on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
The following commercial is sponsored by FeedThePig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
see store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
Because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to FeedThePig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Back at Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars have jumped out to a 12-2 lead on USAO. 15:02 left to play in the first half. USAO with the basketball going the length of the floor. Some inspired play by Yvonne Matip. Philip Harris runs the point for USAO. He dribbles into the front court against the man-to-man defense put on by Charlton Jones. Gets a double screen, comes back to the left. Out it goes to Shavon Scott. Looking down low for Cutler, he finds him left low post. Backs in with one dribble against Caleb Smith. Leaves it underneath for Lloyd. Layup good, +1 for Jazid Lloyd. Yvonne Matip picks up the foul, his first and the third team foul. Keep in mind that Alhaji Wade picked up 2 quick fouls. Lloyd's foul shot around the rim and in. 12-5 OCU. 14:35 left in the first half. Jameel Donovan calls the plays. He crosses the timeline, goes to the left side to Charlton Jones. Charlton picks up his dribble and goes near midcourt to Terry Johnson. Terry to the left side to Matip. Drives toward the baseline. Foul on the drive on Lloyd. And that's 2 on Joseth Lloyd.
Second personal foul, 13 foul USAO.
That's 2 on Lloyd. He'll have to go to the bench. He is replaced by Kenneth White, a 6'4 junior for USAO, averages 3 points. Jameel Donovan inbounding, left baseline underneath, though so to Charlton Jones. Open 10-foot jumper, off the glass and in. Well executed inbound play by the Stars, 14-5 OCU. Rumpf into the front court, hands it behind him to Harris. On the left wing, he takes one dribble, picks it up. Top of the key to Scott, back to Harris. Down low it goes to Cutler. 15 feet away, left baseline, faces on Caleb Smith, tries to drive, cut off to the perimeter. Now hesitates, heads down the paint, goes to the goal, and Ivan Matip tips the rebound in. And it'll count for Brandon Cutler, his first 2 of the game.
33, Brandon Cutler over the last of USAO.
Jameel Donovan has the ball on the right side. Over to the left side, it goes to Terry Johnson. Into the corner, Charlton Jones takes the ball into the paint. Floater from 10, hits the front of the rim and drops through. Charlton Jones with 6 points. Rumpf has it top of the key. 3-pointer in flight by Scott is good from the right side. Just his 5th made 3 of the year. And it cuts the OCU lead to 6, 16-10 over USAO. Terry Johnson, way outside right. Drives toward the baseline, pulls up into the paint to Matip. Ball slapped away from behind, but Ivan recovers. Out to Terry Johnson on the right wing. Ivan gives him a screen to the right. He picks up his dribble, fires to Matip on the right wing. Open for 3. Got it! Just the 4th made 3 for Ivan Matip on the season. He has 7 points. And OCU back on top by 9. Here's Rumpf on the left wing. Out to Cutler. Dribbles into the paint, goes to the goal. Missed the shot, and Matip rebounds. Caleb Smith challenged as best he could and prevented the bucket. Terry Johnson on the left wing, drives toward the baseline, cut off. Out to Caleb Smith. 18-foot jumper left side, off the back of the rim. No, and Rumpf rebounds for USAO. Down the center of the floor he comes with a diagonal dribble. Cut off, hands it off to Philip Harris. Top of the key left. To the wing it goes back to Rumpf. Now they swing it around to Harris. Kicks it out for an open 3 right side. That's good by Kenneth White. That's just his 4th 3-pointer made this season. And it's 19-13. OCU on top of USAO. 12 minutes to play. Charlton Jones on the left wing. Top of the key to Terry Johnson. Terry crosses over, goes to the left. Out to Matip, left side for 3. Missed it too strong, and Rumpf rebounds for USAO. Down the center of the floor, fires it over to Scott. Drives the left side. Ball poked away by Terry Johnson. It's loose. It goes out of bounds. It's OCU ball. Good play there by Terry Johnson, forcing the USAO turnover. OCU takes over, leading 19-13 with 11 minutes and 49 seconds left. Jameel Donovan running the point. Caleb Smith has gone to the bench, and Sean Grant is in for the Stars. A good 3-point shooter. He has it way outside left. Terry Johnson, top of the key, stops, pops from 3, missed off the back of the rim. Cutler rebounds for USAO. Down the floor it goes to Rumpf, to White, fakes the 3 left side and travels with the basketball. That's the 4th USAO turnover. Norris Rumpf looks at the official and laughs as if to say, are you kidding me? But it'll go over to OCU. Stars need to keep putting points on the board. Jameel Donovan to the right side to Terry Johnson. Gets a screen from Ivan Matip to his left. Throws it back to Matip between the rings. Right side to Charlton Jones. Way outside 3. Crosses over. Goes between the legs. Backs away with 16 to shoot. Up to the top of the key. Crosses over right. Out to Sean Grant, right wing. 3-pointer. Got it! Sean Grant with his first bucket. It's 22-13 OCU. Shavon Scott, top of the key to Rumpf, guarded closely by Jameel Donovan. Out to Scott, looking down low, nothing there. Top of the key pass goes to Darius Bryson, who's in. Now here's White for 3 right side, missed off the back of the rim, and Matip rebounds. Ivan Matip is having to play the 5 spot right now for OCU. Charlton Jones crosses over, kicks it out intended for Donovan. He chases it all the way out near midcourt and recovers for OCU with 24 to shoot. Now Terry Johnson in the right corner, dribbles out of traffic, crosses over, heads toward the baseline, jump stop, 10-foot jumper. Good for Terry Johnson. He has 6 points. And it's 24-13, OCU with their biggest lead. Norris Rumpf on the right wing, guarded by Donovan. Swinging around now to Bryson, left side. Top of the key, it goes to Rumpf, fakes the three, drives left, whistle. 3 seconds is called on USAO, and it goes back to OCU on the 5th Drover turnover. Actually, it's the 6th turnover committed by USAO, and Dion Phelps takes a timeout with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first half, and his team leading 24-13. We'll step aside as well here on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know how to prevent such tragedies from happening. Talk to your kids. Explain to them the dangers of weapons at school, and tell them that if they see a student with a weapon or even hear someone talking about having one, they need to report it immediately. Tell them if something doesn't look right or seem right to you, speak up. Get to know who your child is spending time with and where they are at all times. If you notice that your child has sudden mood or behavior changes, or seems to always be angry or sad, talk to a teacher, administrator, or medical professional. Be a role model for them and settle your own conflicts without resorting to violence. School should be a safe place for our children. We all need to work together to keep it that way. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more on how to keep our children safe. That's ncpc.org.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena, some scores from around the Sooner Athletic Conference today. Of course, here at Abe Lemons Arena, OCU defeated USAO 98-42. All these scores in the women's games. Wayland Baptist defeated OBU 74-45. Lubbock Christian on top of St. Greg 75-61. And Rogers State defeated Mid-America Christian 79-70. Couple of men's scores there. Final, OBU defeats Wayland Baptist 74-66. Lubbock Christian all over St. Greg's 89-56 today in the men's games. Here at OCU, it's OCU 24 and USAO 13. Terry Johnson has the basketball for the Stars way outside right. Finds Caleb Smith, who's back in the game. He fakes the three, drives it up to the foul line, lost control, but the ball slapped right to Charlton Jones. Charlton drives it all the way to the bucket, strip going up. It goes off his leg out of bounds, and it's USAO ball. Caleb Smith got hit in the face. And he's checking for blood as he walks back down the court. Dion Phelps is all the way out onto the floor saying that something should have been called on that play. No whistle was forthcoming. For OCU, it's Terry Johnson, Sean Grant, Charlton Jones, Yvonne Matip, and Caleb Smith. Darius Bryson has the basketball. He goes to Rumpf, top of the key to Cutler. Guarded by Smith, fires it down low. Pass inside to Scott, and he lays it off the glass and in. 5 points for Siobhan Scott. 24-15 OCU. Matip holding the ball, now dribbles to his right, backs away against the Scott defense. Now Charlton Jones has it way outside right with 20 to shoot. Charlton drives toward the right baseline, all the way underneath, hands it off to Yvonne Matip, who lays it off the glass and in. Matip has 9 points. He's already got his average for the season, and we're just 11 minutes in. Bryson falls down on the dribble and gets it out to Kenneth White, who gets it right back to Darius Bryson. And he dribbles against Terry Johnson, throws it to the foul line to Cutler. One dribble, hands it back off to Bryson, comes off a curl top of the key, now out to White, right wing. Looks down low, finds Cutler there. Pass across the defense, out to Scott. Drives it into the paint, pulls up, 5-footer. Off the back of the rim, no, and they're going to call Yvonne Matip for a blocking foul. A very late whistle, and that's 2 on Yvonne Matip.
Foul number 10, Yvonne Matip, OCU. First personal, 14 foul for the Stars. 20 at the line. Siobhan Scott at the line, USAO.
So Siobhan Scott will have foul shots. He's not a good foul shooter, just 58%. But he makes the first. He has 6 points. DeJuan Lofton checks in. I believe this is his first action of the season for the Drovers. Second free throw also good by Scott. He has 7 points. It's 26-17 OCU. Yvonne Matip stays on the floor. Actually, they say that Yvonne has one foul and Charlton Jones has the other. And here's a steal. Cutler down the floor, slams. He missed the dunk, but the rebound goes right to Bryson of USAO. Charlton Jones had a chance at it. Cutler, left low post, spins into Caleb Smith and lays it in. 26-19, OCU on top. Stars missed an opportunity to capitalize on a fortunate event because Brandon Cutler missed a wide open dunk on that play. Charlton Jones takes the pass to Caleb Smith, drives up to the foul line and throws it away. Tried to hit Yvonne Matip. He made an attempt to save it, but he stepped out of bounds first. So Yvonne Matip with just one foul. Charlton Jones with one. Elhaji Wade has two. Jamil Donovan re-enters and Terry Johnson heads to the bench. Bryson runs the point for USAO. Double screen to the top of the key. Here's over to the right to White. Right low post to Cutler. Guarded by Smith. Turns, faces, kicks it out to Harris, top of the key. Over to White on the right wing. Top of the key back to Harris, 17 to shoot. Out to Bryson, right side with 13 to shoot. Guarded by Sean Grant. It's a screen to the left, goes the other way instead. Out to Harris, right wing. One dribble, one hand shot from 15 feet is no good. And Yvonne Matip rebounds for the Stars. Jamil Donovan in the front court. Out to Sean Grant, left open right side. Three-pointer, got it.
15,
Second three for Sean Grant. And OCU's lead is 10, 29-19 with 6:58 left to play in the first half. Bryson on the dribble, head of the circle, gets a screen from Harris to the right side and throws it off to Lofton. Swing it around left side now to White. Left low post to Cutler. Draws a double team from Yvonne Matip. Outside to White, left open for three, and he nails it. That's his second three of the game. That came because Yvonne Matip doubled down on Brandon Cutler. He did a smart thing, kicked it right back out to White. He was wide open. Caleb Smith on the left wing. Top of the key to Matip. Veers over to the left and finds Charlton Jones on the wing with 20 to shoot. Charlton holds. Now backs away on the dribble. It's Bryson defense. 14 to shoot. Charlton drives up to the foul line, pulls up, shoots, and misses off the back of the rim. Rebound to Lofton. Diagonal pass tipped away by Charlton Jones. Into the corner. USAO recovers. Harris into the paint to Cutler. Drives. Layup off the glass. Missed. And Caleb Smith chases down the rebound. Outlet pass nearly stolen, but Charlton Jones comes up with it. Drives the right side. Hangs in the air. Out to Sean Grant. Left side for three. Brick. Missed that one badly off the back of the rim. USAO rebounds. Bryson got away with a double dribble. Bounces it down low to Cutler. Somehow Charlton Jones ends up on him, and he runs over Charlton Jones, and an offensive foul is called. That's his first and the team's fourth. Goes back to OCU, leading 29-22.
Number 20, Siobhan Scott. Number 2, Terry Johnson.
The seventh USAO turnover comes on the foul by Brandon Cutler, an offensive foul. Matip goes to the bench, and Terry Johnson is back in. So for OCU, it's Jamil Donovan, Caleb Smith, Terry Johnson, Sean Grant, and Charlton Jones. Donovan runs the point. Bryson defense. The right wing to Caleb Smith. Right back to Jamil. Gets a screen from Caleb to the right. Crosses over back to the left. Up to the foul line he goes. Floater from 5 off the back of the rim. No. And the rebound taken by DeJuan Lofton of USAO. Takes it into the front court himself and finds White. Top of the key. The pass goes to Scott. Drives the left side of the paint all the way to the bucket. Layup missed. Foul on Sean Grant. That's his first and the team's fifth.
First personal foul. Team 5.
The break was a short one for Yvonne Matip. He's back up and ready to check in between foul shots. Siobhan Scott is 2 for 2 at the line, just 58% coming in. He missed the first one short. Matip is in and Caleb Smith is out.
Number 55, Caleb Smith.
One more for Siobhan Scott, 6'3" junior. Rattles that one in. He has 8 points here in the first half. He came into the game averaging 9.5. 29-23, OCU with 5:13 left in the half. Jamil Donovan on the dribble. against the defense from Darius Bryson. Now to Terry Johnson with 23 to shoot. Drives right behind the back, bounces it out to Donovan. One dribble, out to Sean Grant, left corner, three-pointer, missed strong. And Yvonne Matip rebounds, missed the layup. Rebound slapped around out to the perimeter. It goes to Charlton Jones. Yvonne very lucky he didn't get called for an over-the-back foul in that sequence. Terry Johnson goes behind the back on the dribble, spins into the paint, puts up a wild shot around the rim and in for Terry Johnson. Bryson into the front court for USAO. Drives into the paint, layup good. 31-25 OCU with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half. Terry Johnson crosses over to the right, goes behind the back into the right corner to Charlton Jones. And he stepped on the sideline out of bounds and turned it over. For OCU, their 5th turnover of the contest. .4:14 left. It's 31-25 OCU, but USAO has the basketball looking to cut the lead. It was once 11 for the Stars. Bryson against a 2-3 zone defense this time for the Stars. To Scott, swing it back to Bryson. And now it goes to Lofton. Swing it around Harris for 3. Missed. A line drive shot. And Charlton Jones rebounds for the Stars. To Terry Johnson on the left side, guarded closely by Phillip Harris. Terry drives it up to the foul line, hangs in the air, out to Sean Grant, right side, three-pointer, good. That's 3 three-pointers for Sean Grant. He's got a shooter's mentality. He doesn't care what happened on the last shot. He's going to take this one. Here's a 3 by Lofton that missed, and Charlton Jones rebounds for the Stars. Stars will slow it up now, leading 34-25 with 3:20 left. Jameel Donovan into the front court, veers left against Bryson's man-to-man defense. Now out to Terry Johnson. He's guarded by Kenneth White. Drives right, stops, 15-footer, good. Terry Johnson in double figures, 10 points for him. And it's back to an 11-point lead. That was an important sequence for OCU as they push the lead back out to its max right now inside 3 minutes. Phillip Harris, skip pass to Bryson, top of the key right with 18 to shoot. He backs away. Into the corner it goes to Siobhan Scott. Drives baseline, hangs in the air, shot off the glass, missed. And Charlton Jones rebounds on the run for the Stars. Bounce pass to Terry Johnson. He lost control, and OCU turns it over as Bryson comes up with a loose ball. Down the center of the floor, gets the ball pinned on his back. That's a travel, and USAO turns it right back over. .234 left in the half, 36-25 Stars. And Jameel Donovan's a slow dribble toward the timeline. Charlton Jones accepts a pass on the right side of the floor. 22 on the shot clock. Here's left, hands it off to Terry Johnson. 16 to shoot. Terry dribbles near midcourt. 5-second count is not on. He drives, he stops. His shot is blocked, but he's bailed out with a foul call. I'm not sure about that one either. DeJuan Lofton is going to be called for the foul. That's his first and the team's 5th. It should be a 2-shot foul for Terry Johnson, but they will say no. The Stars will inbound. Caleb Smith is in, and Yvonne Matip is out for the Stars. Terry Johnson will inbound right in front of Briscoe McPherson. Charlton Jones has it on the right wing. Top of the key to Donovan. 29 on the shot clock. Right side to Terry Johnson. Terry crosses over, hands it off to Charlton Jones. Drives up to the foul line, out to Donovan. Donovan one dribble, out to Sean Grant, left corner. Three-pointer well strong. And the rebound taken by USAO, but they fumble it out of bounds as Siobhan Scott got it. Lost control, and it'll be OCU ball on the 9th Drover turnover. And now a timeout taken by OCU. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. OCU with an impressive first half, 36-25 over the 14th-ranked Drovers of USAO. It's been spearheaded by Terry Johnson, Yvonne Matip, and the outside shooting of Sean Grant. Sean has 3 3-point shots and 9 points. Yvonne Matip has made a 3, at least 1 3. He's 1 of 2 from distance. He has 9 points. And Terry Johnson is 5 out of 8 from the floor and has 10 points. Charlton Jones has 6 and Caleb Smith 2 for the Stars. Siobhan Scott has 8 points. Brandon Cutler, the leading scorer, has been held to 4 so far. Kenneth White has a pair of 3-point shots, has 6 points. Joseth Lloyd picked up 2 quick fouls, scored 3 points before going to the bench. Haji Wade also picked up 2 for the Stars. Inbound to Charlton Jones, floater from 10, missed short. And the rebound taken by USAO's Kenneth White. Down the floor to Lofton. Skip pass to Bryson, now to Phillip Harris on the left wing. It's the zone defense. Bryson holds, top of the key. Into the corner it goes to Scott. Caleb Smith closes. Top of the key to Bryson. Swing it to Lofton. Into the corner to Harris. Drives right baseline. Kicks it out to Scott on the left wing. One dribble. Crosses over. Guarded by Terry Johnson out of the zone. And now with 10 seconds left to shoot, Bryson resets. Crosses over. Pulls up. 18-foot jumper left side is good for Darius Bryson. That is his second bucket. 4 points. And the OCU lead is 9, 36-27. And the Stars will be deliberate again on this possession. Jameel Donovan holds on the left side of the floor, comes to the right to Terry Johnson, 23 to shoot. Terry crosses over to his right, jump stop, and a foul called on USAO as Caleb Smith hit the deck. Lofton will pick it up. That is his second. 16 fouls, so OCU will inbound right baseline. 59 seconds left in the half, and OCU leading by 9, 36-27. Jameel Donovan inbounds to Terry Johnson. One dribble into the paint, hangs in the air, shot missed. And the rebound taken by Lofton of USAO. Quickly down the floor, Charlton Jones slaps a pass out of bounds. Stays with USAO. Norris Rumpf comes back in. 6'2 senior from Savannah, Georgia, averages 16.5 points, has 2 so far in the game. And he inbounds, does so to Bryson, way out into the back court. 44 seconds left in the half, 22 on the shot clock as Bryson drives up to the foul line, throws it out to White. Pass down low is intercepted by Jameel Donovan as he dove to the floor and got it to Caleb Smith. Caleb passes up ahead to Sean Grant, drives and lays it in. That's just the 5th made basket of the year for Sean Grant that's not a three-pointer. He's in double figures with 11 points, and OCU's lead is 11 points. Shot clock is off, and Bryson dribbling way outside near midcourt on the left side against the man-to-man zone defense. Gets a double screen to the left. Ball nearly poked away by Caleb Smith. Here's Kenneth White left side for 3. Missed off the back of the rim. Rebound USAO. Harris has it, dumps it down low to Scott. Missed the layup. Tap no good, and the half comes to an end. All things considered, a great first half for OCU. They lead the 14th-ranked USAO Drovers 38-27 at the break. We'll step aside on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
In November 2004, Jose was sentenced to 8 years for committing a gun crime. His wife and 2 sons were left alone.
Today I want to talk to you about being arrested.
My family has suffered immensely. They're the ones that really suffered the most for my decisions that I've made in my life.
When you were arrested and you went to jail, what were you thinking about?
My kids, my wife, my mother, my brother, my dad. That's what I thought about the most.
Do you think your boys know what's going on?
It's kind of hard for them, so they just deny it.
What would you tell young kids?
I mean, just think about your family first. Your family always comes first, and your family's always going to be there for you.
If you could do things over again, what would you change?
I would try to change the mistakes that I've made in my life, because your family suffers, especially your kids. That's a pain I would never want to put them through ever again.
When you commit a gun crime, your family serves the sentence with you. Gun crimes hit home. Brought to you by Project Safe Neighborhoods and the Ad Council.
McGruff, the crime dog, here with my nephew Scruff. Here's the address for my new free comic activity book.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
It shows kids what to do about guns and drugs and bullies and strangers. And it's got games and puzzles, too. Write it down now.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
A public service message from this station, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition, and the Ad Council.
How to deal with someone who says that's so gay. Turn it around. Did your mom cut the crust off your peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That is so gay.
Oh yeah? How would you like it if I said, that's so guy who makes fun of other people's sandwiches, mostly because he's secretly jealous of them, and who also has ketchup on his face?
Okay, jeez. Sorry. Wait, do I seriously have ketchup on me? When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off. Learn more at thinkbeforeyouspeak.com. Brought to you by Glisten and the Ad Council.
This is Alice Cooper for RADD. There's a lot of things we have no control of in this world, but that's not the case with drunk driving. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Think ahead and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives on, and so should you.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry. And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. Yeah, you know we love it when the music does the talking.
And you know, the music stops when someone gets killed.
So never let someone you know get behind the wheel if they've been drinking. So keep it real. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures springing and leaping about the flames, darting, shifting, bounding toward the sky. The eaters of men. Cannibals. Firelight glistened on their oiled bodies, on flashing spears and bristling decorations. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move, and he felt doom itself breathing chill upon his neck. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing toward him through the jungle. He could see them now. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, slipping, sliding, stumbling, his breath all but choking in his throat. Only one thought gave him courage as he ran. His canoe ready and waiting. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him. Explore new worlds. Find out what happens next by reading the book Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. For other great book ideas, visit literacy.gov. A message from the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena at the break, OCU leads USAO 38-27. For USAO, Shavon Scott has 8 points, 6 for Kenneth White, 4 for Darius Bryson and Brandon Cutler, and 2 for Norris Rump, 3 for Joseph Lloyd. 4 rebounds for DeJuan Lofton. OCU playing small, out-rebounded USAO 18-15 in the first half. 3 rebounds for Scott, 2 for Cutler, 2 for Rump. 3 assists for Cutler and 2 for Philip Harris. 2 steals for Shavon Scott. 3 steals in the game for USAO, 2 block shots. They forced 6 OCU turnovers. They assisted 5 times on 10 made baskets, 10 of 26 for 38% shooting. 3 of 8 from three-point range and 4 of 5 at the foul line. OCU, 2 players in double figures, Sean Grant and Terry Johnson. Grant, 3 of 6 from three-point range, has 11 points. Terry has 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. 9 points for Yvonne Matip, 6 for Charlton Jones, and 2 for Caleb Smith. Haji Wade picked up 2 quick fouls, had to go to the bench. Did not score, got 1 rebound. Yvonne Matip led the rebound category with 7. Charlton Jones had 5. 2 rebounds for Terry Johnson. 3 assists for Charlton and for Jamil Donovan. 2 assists for Terry Johnson. Stars got 3 steals, 1 blocked shot from Caleb Smith. They forced 10 USAO turnovers. They assisted 9 times on 16 made baskets. 16 of 32, 50% shooting for the Stars, 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, 2 of 4 at the foul line. Stars led points in the paint, 16-12. They led points off turnovers 11-4, second chance points 6-2, fast break points 8-0, and bench points 20-10. All Stars advantages there. We had no change in the lead. OCU has led throughout. Their largest is 11, and that's the halftime margin. They had that on a couple of occasions. And they lead it by 11 at the break, 38-27 over USAO. Step aside, second half in a moment. Actually, first, let's give you some scores. 74-66, OBU defeats Wayland Baptist. 89-56, St. Gregory's falls to Lubbock Christian. MacU and Rogers State playing right now, and that one has been close nearing the end of the first half. Right now with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half, Rogers State has a 6-point lead at home, 38-32 over Mid-America Christian. Out there in Claremore. Pretty modest scoring for MacU is leading scorer Charlie Shorter. Just 4 points. Angelo Lewis leads the way for Mid-America with 11 right now. Keep you posted on that one as well. We are at halftime here, 38-27 OCU, second half in a moment on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
They call, send letters, email, and visit your home. They're not friends or family. They're con artists, scammers, and criminals. In times like these, it's important to learn how to protect yourself. Credit card schemes, bogus investment opportunities, and free vacation scams are just a few ways that today's criminals target you and your family. Protect yourself. Never give anyone your social security number, credit card, or bank account information unless you initiated the call. Stay informed of current scams by contacting your Attorney General's office and Better Business Bureau. If you're a victim, reporting the con to the local authorities will prevent others from suffering the same fate. To learn more about how to keep your family safe from con artists and scams, visit ncpc.org. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. And remember, don't drink and drive. It's just not worth it.
But you can do something in between. Maybe you can drive my car.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Son, we got to talk about drinking.
I know.
I don't want you touching alcohol till you're old enough.
Yeah, I know, Dad. It's not a big deal.
Don't I know me, okay? And it is a big deal. Underage drinking is just stupid.
Yeah, well, why'd you do it?
Look, I did it because we didn't know what we know now. Alcohol affects kids differently, okay? When kids drink, it's more dangerous. And you're my kid. And just because they drink doesn't mean you have to.
I know. I know.
Look, son, I'm trying to help. I've seen what it does. I mean, you may think you can handle it, but when you drink, it screws up your judgment. Listen to me. This is real.
I know, okay? I know.
Teenagers know everything. So talk about underage drinking before they know it all. Before they're teens. Start talking before they start drinking. And keep talking. To learn more about the dangers of underage drinking and what to say to your kids, go to stopalcoholabuse.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm sorry, sir, but it appears as though your credit card has been declined.
Did everyone hear that? This person right here, credit card declined. If we can please have an awkward silence.
Whoa, I'm with a date here. Look, so I'm late on a few payments. I'll make it up next month, promise.
He promises to pay it all back next month. Can we have an aww?
Putting more on your card than you can afford to spend can lead to even bigger problems, like public humiliation. Don't let your credit put you in a bad place. Go to controlyourcredit.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Treasury and the Ad Council.
In times like these, it's important to know the facts about sexual assault. Rape and sexual assault are acts of violence that can happen to anyone. Most victims know their attacker. It can be a boyfriend, husband, co-worker, or even a family member. But there are ways to protect yourself. Using common sense can help keep you safe. Stay away from people that use anger as a means of control. Travel in well-lighted, busy areas and avoid known trouble spots. If you find yourself in a potentially dangerous situation, report any assault to the police immediately. Seek medical attention. The sooner you tell someone, the sooner you can get help, and the better chance of the attacker being apprehended. Awareness, education, and communication are the keys to prevention. Learn how to protect yourself from acts of sexual assault or what to do if you become a victim. Visit ncpc.org for more straight talk about sexual assault. That's ncpc.org.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars lead USAO at the break 38-27 in a game where the Stars are playing with a very thin roster, minus the services of Terrence Walker, Troynell Adams, and Tim Morton, and essentially without Alhaji Wade for most of that first half. He picked up 2 quick fouls and had to go to the bench. He was scoreless, just had 1 rebound. He did play good defense in the 2 minutes he was on the court against Brandon Cutler, but most of the defense on Cutler was played by Caleb Smith and also Yvonne Matip, who played very well in the first half. Held Cutler to just 4 points. USA will have the basketball as we start the second half. They will move from left to right. Scott inbounds to Phillip Harris, and we're underway in the second half. OCU in a man-to-man defense. Phillip Harris outside on the left. Into the corner it goes to Lloyd, who also had foul trouble. Here's Harris for 3. It's good, left side. First basket for Phillip Harris. Good three-point shooter for USAO in his senior year out of Spencer. Alhaji Wade catches right low post. Dumps it down low to Caleb Smith for the layup. Nice cut by Caleb that time, and a good find by Wade. That's 4 points for Caleb Smith. Harris outside left, jump stop, top of the key to Scott. 25 on the shot clock as he veers right behind a pick from Rumpf. He goes back across the pick to the left. Now left low post, it goes to Cutler. Backing in on Wade. Jump hook. He lost control going up and missed the shot. And the rebound taken by Terry Johnson of OCU. Terry, a hesitation dribble. Ball stripped away and stolen by USAO. Now Terry pokes the ball away and he's called for a foul. For Terry Johnson, his first, and the first team foul on OCU of the second half. Now Rumpf will run the point for USAO. He's guarded by Jameel Donovan, man-to-man. 40-30, OCU. Rumpf catches open top of the key, shoots for 3, around the rim, no, and Caleb Smith flies in for the rebound. Down the floor to Charlton Jones. Charlton stops top of the key, Goes over to Jamil Donovan. Right low post Elhaji Wade. They left him alone. He shoots and scores. First points for Elhaji Wade. Once he noticed the defense wasn't there, he just popped it. Rumpf drives, runs into Wade, kicks it out to Cutler, and the ball stripped away by Caleb Smith, but Charlton Jones poked it away from him, and Rumpf recovers, shoots for three, missed, and Terry Johnson rebounds. Down the center of the floor, veers off to the left, and now curls it back out, and Stars will run a play here, and Charlton Jones catches left side, looks down low for Wade. Now he's got a mid-post on the left. Haji against Cutler. Two dribbles into the paint. Baseline side spin, turnaround jumper missed. Offensive rebound, Terry Johnson. Spins to the paint, up and under layup, good. Terry Johnson has 12 points. 44-30. This is OCU's biggest lead with 17:35 left to play in the game. Scott way outside, top of the key to Lloyd. Long jumper in flight, missed off the back of the rim. Rebound slapped out of bounds by Haji Wade. Haji saying, how in the heck am I not fouled on that play? He was pushed from behind by Cutler on the rebound, no whistle. And USAO retains possession with a fresh shot clock, 17.5 to play. Lloyd leaves the game. Kenneth White checks in. Quick inbound to Cutler, and he gets it out to Harris, top of the key. Goes to the left side to Scott, drives the baseline, into Caleb Smith, layup missed, rebound tipped in by Rumpf. Nobody blocked him off. Caleb Smith and Elhaji Wade manning the middle. They were both intent on stopping the drive, and the tip in by Rumpf cuts OCU's lead to 12, 44-32. Terry Johnson fires it to the corner to Charlton Jones, right side, drives into the paint, out to Wade, 15-foot jumper baseline, in and out, no good, and Cutler rebounds for USAO. Unlucky for Elhaji Wade on that shot. Scott in the front court, right wing, 28 on the shot clock, top of the key pass to Philip Harris, drives it into the paint, hands it underneath to Cutler, jump hook good. He lost control for a moment, but was able to regain as Elhaji Wade went for the block on the driving Philip Harris, who dumped it off to Cutler, and he has 6 points. Jamil Donovan out to Terry Johnson. Terry takes it up to the top of the key, finds Caleb Smith in the right corner. Right low post to Elhaji Wade. Quick spin to the baseline, and he's fouled going up by Cutler. Nice move by Haji Wade that time. And Cutler picks up his second, and the first USAO foul of the second half. So Haji Wade will step to the line. He is a 67% foul shooter on the season. Soft touch, and he makes the first. Yvonne Matip is in for OCU, and Caleb Smith will leave. One more for Elhaji Wade. 6'9" senior from Dakar, Senegal. Shoots the second and makes it as well. OCU applied a little bit of token backcourt pressure. Now they back off. Harris dribbles into the front court for the Drovers. It's a screen from Cutler. Doesn't use it. Stays on the wing left side. Now he uses a screen. Kicks it into the corner for a jump shot that's good by Kenneth White. Flipped it back to the screener, and Kenneth White was open and knocked it down. Jamil Donovan will take it into the front court with OCU on top by 10 and 15:55 left to play in the game. Haji Wade in the right corner. Out to Donovan. Haji gives him a screen to the right. Now he resets. Over to Terry Johnson way outside left, 15 to shoot. Guarded by Scott, gets a screen from Wade, throws it back to Haji near midcourt, near three-point line, I should say, and then now Haji travels with the basketball and turns it over for the 8th time for OCU. USAO has it with a chance to cut the lead inside double digits. Philip Harris drives toward the right baseline, all the way to the bucket, kicks it out to Scott, fakes the three, out to Harris, wide open left wing for three, and it's good. Second three-point basket for Philip Harris in the second half, and the lead is 7 for OCU, 46-39. Terry Johnson, top of the key to Charlton Jones near midcourt. Over to the left side to Jamil Donovan. Guarded by Rumpf, top of the key to Terry. Drives on Scott, out to Matip on the right wing. Yvonne feeds a pass down low for Elhaji Wade. It's tipped out of bounds. It stays with OCU with 13 to shoot. Jamil Donovan will throw it in, right baseline underneath for the Stars. Comes into Terry Johnson. One dribble, jump stop, 5-foot jumper, partially blocked, but a foul called, and Terry Johnson, they'll say on the floor. The foul will be on Cutler, and that's 3 on Cutler. And they'll say that's a foul on the floor, and Terry Johnson will not get foul shots. Instead, Jameel Donovan will throw it in again, this time with a fresh shot clock. Jameel's pass is tipped and taken by Alhaji Wade, and he lays it in. He was not the intended recipient, but he paid it off anyway, and it's 48-39. OCU on top of USAO. Philip Harris on the dribble, way outside right, gets a screen from Cutler, stops, shoots for 3, spun out, and Charlton Jones rebounds for OCU. Charlton down the center of the floor, hands it behind him to Terry Johnson, fires it to Ivan Matip left side, drives the baseline, jump stop, leans in, layup off the glass and in as Rumpf hit the deck trying to draw the foul, didn't get it, and Ivan Matip is in double figures with 11 points, and OCU's lead is 11, 50-39. Rumpf into the front court against Jameel Donovan, veering over to the right side, gets a screen, doesn't use it, uses a second one from Cutler. Jameel Donovan falls down, Rumpf shoots and scores from the top of the key, a 2-pointer for Norris Rumpf. He has 6 points. And it's 50-41. OCU on top. Charlton Jones way outside left. Top of the key pass to Terry Johnson. Left open. Shoots for 3. Got it! 15 points for Terry Johnson. And it's 53-41. OCU back on top by 12. 13:40 left to play here in the game. OCU may be in a zone defense on this possession. Philip Harris veers over to the left wing. Skip pass into the right corner. Open 3 by Scott. Missed short. Haji Wade collects the rebound for OCU. Outlet pass up to Charlton Jones. Right side of the floor. Into the paint he goes. Stops. Bounces it back out to Jameel Donovan. Top of the key to Wade. Ball high over the head. Bounces it to Charlton Jones to the foul line. Almost double dribbled with the basketball, but gets it out to the right wing. Charlton crosses over with 18 to shoot. Backs away on the right side. OCU's cutters motion through. Charlton waits for something to develop. Now 12 on the shot clock. USAO in a man-to-man defense. Charlton Jones throws it to Terry Johnson, 6 to shoot. Terry takes it into the paint, absorbs some contact, floater missed, and the rebound taken by USAO's Kenneth White. White down the center of the floor, hands it off to Scott against Terry Johnson, kicks it out to Harris on the left wing, thought about a 3, didn't take it, picks it up, feeds the cutter White underneath. Underneath now it goes to Cutler, ball slapped away from him, he recovers, goes up, missed the shot, and Charlton Jones rebounds for the Stars. Cutler is frustrated for USAO. Jones spins into the paint, goes to the goal, layup off, round the rim and in for Charlton Jones, coast to coast for the Stars point guard, and a timeout taken. It's a full timeout taken by Briscoe McPherson. He has watched his team fall down by 14 points with 12 and a half to play. 55-41 OCU. We'll step aside on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
Amanda, age 3. Tyler, age 8. Marissa, age 4.5.
We could tell you just how many child abductions last year led to Amber Alerts.
Shaniqua, age 14. Ryan, age 9.
But this isn't about cold statistics. It's about saving kids.
Terrell and Jamal, age 6 months.
Please go to wirelessamberalerts.org. Sign up to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today for free at wirelessamberalerts.org. You can imagine what the family of an abducted child is feeling.
Alexander, age 7.
If you actually did help save that child, just imagine what that would feel like. wirelessamberalerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena, Stars with a 55-41 edge on USAO with 12 minutes and 27 seconds left to play. USAO with the basketball. Cutler has gone to the bench. Lloyd is in, along with Rumpf, Harris, White, who has the basketball with a follow-away 10-foot jumper that missed. Lloyd rebounds and puts in the follow. Almost rattled out for Josette Lloyd. Scott is also in for USAO against Jameel Donovan, Terry Johnson, Charlton Jones, Alhaji Wade, and Ivan Matip for the Stars. Johnson has it way outside left. Bounces it to Charlton Jones on the left wing with 18 to shoot. Charlton crosses over, heads toward the baseline. Floater from 5 feet missed. Ivan Matip was up for the rebound high, didn't get it. Instead, it's collected by Scott of USAO. Diagonal pass into the front court to Rumpf. He drives on Jamil Donovan, spins, fall away 15-footer, a tough shot that missed. Rebound slapped out of bounds by Lloyd, and it'll be OCU basketball. .11 minutes and 37 seconds left, 55-43 OCU. Terry Johnson has the ball in the front court for the Stars. To Charlton Jones, top of the key. 22 on the shot clock as Terry now has it right side. Right low post to Haji Wade. Quick turnaround jumper from 15. Missed, too strong. Offensive rebound, Ivan Matip. And he nearly threw it away. Jamil Donovan saved it from going into the backcourt. Now to Charlton Jones on the left wing. Gets a screen from Wade. Takes the pass. Hangs in the air. Tried to throw it down low to Wade. Knocked away, but he recovers along the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Floats it out to Jamil Donovan on the left wing. Had to shovel it behind him to Charlton Jones. Donovan nearly got run over. 15 on the shot clock. Charlton Jones veers over to the right side. Now goes behind a Wade screen to the left. Fires to Terry Johnson with 7 to shoot. Terry drives, pulls up, 15-footer. Good from the right baseline. 17 points for Terry Johnson. USAO quickly into the front court. Harris drives the left side. Shot blocked by Haji Wade, and Haji gets the rebound. Diagonal pass up the floor to Charlton Jones. Long lead up the floor for Ivan Matip. Catches, goes up, layup missed. Rebound slapped around. It's still loose and taken by USAO. Philip Harris down the center of the floor, out to Rumpf, wide open right side for 3, and it's good.
23, Norris Rumpf for 3. USAO.
He has 9 points. And the lead is 11, 57-46. Terry Johnson dribbles up to the foul line, lost it, and USAO comes up with another turnover by OCU. White into the front court. He threw it away. Threw a pass over toward his own bench. Not sure if he was trying to hit Rumpf or Harris. Either way, USAO turns it over again, and the Stars get it back. It's the 11th USAO turnover.
Number 2,
Darius Bryson is in for USAO. Sean Grant and Caleb Smith have come in for the Stars. Haji Wade and Jamil Donovan leave. Charlton Jones now running the point for OCU. Crosses over to the right, heads down the paint, all the way to the bucket, and he scoops it in. 10 points now for Charlton Jones. USAO into the front court. Bryson drives the left side all the way to the bucket. Layup missed, but he tipped in his own rebound. Darius Bryson has 6 points. And the lead is 11 with 9.5 to play, 59-48. OCU on top. Charlton Jones walks the ball into the front court. Has a screen from Caleb Smith, but doesn't use it. Goes over to the left wing. 20 on the shot clock. Passes to Terry Johnson way outside right. Caleb screens for him. Terry picks up his dribble and bounces it to Caleb on the right wing. Into the corner to Sean Grant. Skip pass to Charlton Jones left side. Three-pointer in flight. Off the back of the rim, no. Ivan Matip had the rebound for a moment. Chases it to the corner. Out of bounds. Whose ball is it? I believe it's OCU basketball, and it is Ivan Matip with excellent hustle. Nine minutes to play, 59-48 OCU. Inbounds to Terry Johnson. He's guarded by Scott of USAO. Crosses over to the right, out to Charlton Jones' right corner. Takes it up toward the top of the key and resets with 24 on the shot clock. Guarded by Bryson. Has a screen from Caleb Smith. Picks up his dribble in a double team. The ball's kicked away by Bryson. OCU retains possession as Charlton Jones was trying to hit Caleb Smith after cutting away from the screen. 17 seconds on the shot clock for the Stars. They will inbound along the right sideline. Charlton Jones will inbound. Let's go into the backcourt to Terry Johnson. Terry walks over toward Deion Phelps and gets some instruction. Now he takes the ball over to the left. Stops. Shoots for 3. Hits it. 20 points for Terry Johnson. And it's 62-48 OCU. Norris Rumpf into the front court, goes behind the back, stops, kicks it to Bryson, drives into the paint, jump stop, 12-foot floater missed. Terry Johnson had the rebound go right through his hands, and it's collected by Bryson of USAO. He stops, kicks it out to White, drives into the paint, jump stop, 10-footer around the rim, missed. Rebound slapped around again, and USAO came up with it, but Charlton Jones poked it away from Lloyd and took it away. Charlton bounce pass underneath to Caleb Smith, left-hand layup good. And OCU has opened up its biggest advantage, 64-48. Scott in the right corner, fouled by Yvonne Matip, and that'll be 2 on Yvonne Matip. So the second team foul on OCU will result in USAO inbounding along the right baseline. Scott will do it, does so to Bryson on the right wing. Fresh shot clock for USAO. Bryson left alone. He'll shoot for 3. Missed it badly. And Terry Johnson flies in for the rebound. Leads Charlton Jones up ahead. Crosses over. Goes down the paint. Strip going up. And a jump ball is called. And OCU retains possession. First of all, Charlton Jones had a streaking Yvonne Matip ahead of him. Chose not to throw it up. Probably not a bad decision there. It would have been a tough pass to make, but he had him. Charlton was also wrapped up from behind on the play, and they'll give him a jump ball. Haji Wade is back in for the Stars. So it's Charlton Jones, Haji Wade, Caleb Smith, Sean Grant, and Terry Johnson. Cutler is back in as well for USAO. Charlton Jones inbounds to Sean Grant in the right corner. Left alone, shoots for 3, missed it short. And Rumpf rebounds for USAO. 7.5 to play. Rumpf into the front court. Goes out to Bryson, left side. Swing it around now to Rumpf on the right side. Shoots for 3 over Haji Wade and hits it. 12 points for Norris Rumpf. And it's a 13-point lead with 7:10 left. Terry Johnson in the front court. OCU being deliberate on offense. He's guarded by Rumpf in a man-to-man defense. Out to Charlton Jones, way outside right with 19 to shoot. Guarded by Bryson. Fakes right, dribbles left. Kicks it to Terry Johnson in the corner. 3-pointer. Got it! Terry Johnson has 23 points, and it's 67-51. Rumpf stops, fakes the 3, pulls up outside to Bryson left side, drives it into the paint. Floater, no. Foul called, and who's got the foul? It's Caleb Smith picking up the foul. That's his first and the team's second. 2 foul shots coming up for Darius Bryson.
13 foul, OCU.
Bryson is just a 48% foul shooter this year. He has a pair here. He missed the first off the back of the rim. Jameel Donovan is in, and Charlton Jones is out. I believe this is the first time that Charlton is going to leave the game. He'll get a short break, and Jameel Donovan will take over point guard. Bryson makes the second. He has 7 points. He leaves the game, and DeJuan Lofton comes in. And now USAO is going to apply some backcourt pressure with the freshman Jameel Donovan running the point for OCU. Lofton guards him man-to-man as he walks the ball across the timeline with 26 on the shot clock. A stop-and-go dribble, he backs away near midcourt. It's a screen from Haji Wade, goes right instead, fouled by Lofton, and that's 3 on DeJuan Lofton.
Third team foul.
Caleb Smith will throw it in. Just to the left of the Stars bench. Caleb looking, floats it into the backcourt to Terry Johnson. Terry explodes on the dribble to the right side, pulls up, dumps it off to Haji Wade. 15-foot high arcing jumper, right baseline missed, and Lloyd rebounds for USAO. Up the floor to Kenneth White on the left side. Skip pass over to Lofton, open for 3 right wing. Got it. First points for DeJuan Lofton. And it's 67-55 with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left to play. Jameel Donovan passes ahead to Sean Grant on the right wing. Top of the key to Terry Johnson. Terry stops, shoots for 3 again, and got it again as he rattled it in. Terry Johnson has 26 points, and OCU is back on top, 70-55. Here's a 3 by White from the top of the key that's good for USAO. 70-58 with 5.5 left. Terry Johnson goes behind the back on the dribble and throws it away. Intercepted by Lloyd. Up ahead to White. Drives the right side. Stops into the paint to Lloyd. Shot blocked by Haji Wade. Caleb Smith fights for the rebound. Gets it. He's sitting on the floor and calls timeout. What a great play by Haji Wade. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left. 70-58 OCU over USAO. Terry Johnson has scored 26 points for the Stars. 16 of them here in the second half. He has keyed OCU's lead. 70-58 over the 14th ranked Drovers of USAO, who just defeated the 9th ranked Rogers State on Thursday. Speaking of Rogers State, they're in a close one with Mid-America right now. 52-47 with 17 minutes left to play in that game. Back underway, Jameel Donovan running the point for the Stars. Charlton Jones is back in the game at off guard. Jameel gets a screen to the left from Caleb Smith. Lost control for a moment, got it back. Dumps it into the corner to Charlton Jones, left side, 17 to shoot. Charlton drives up to the foul line, backs away, and gets it to Terry Johnson. Inside 5 minutes to play here. 9 on the shot clock as Johnson drives off to the baseline, hangs in the air, out to Charlton Jones, 4 to shoot. Charlton backs away, throws it down low to Caleb Smith. At the shot clock buzzer, he lays it in. 8 points for Caleb Smith in the game, and it's 72-58. Rumpf in the front court, left side for USAO, guarded by Donovan. Down low, the pass goes to Lloyd. Backing in on Caleb Smith, spins to the baseline. Shot ear-laced out of bounds by Ahaji Wade. USAO will inbound in front of their own bench. Inbound comes to Cutler in the left corner. Wade guards him man-to-man. Spins. Ball slapped away, but Haji's going to be called for a foul. And Brandon Cutler will get 2 shots. I can't believe that. Haji picks up his third and the team's fourth. Brandon Cutler, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. First attempts today. Shoots the first and missed it short. It's been a frustrating day for the Stephen F. Austin transfer, Brandon Cutler. He averages 17.5 points a game. He has 6. He missed the second as well. And the Stars fight for the rebound, and Charlton Jones gets it. Caleb Smith and Haji Wade both had a hand on the rebound. And fortunate for OCU that Charlton swooped in and scooped that one up. Stars in the front court. Charlton gets a screen from Haji to the left. Now dribbles over to the wing and hands it off to Donovan on the left side, 18 to shoot. Jameel takes it out near midcourt, guarded closely by Lofton of USAO. Goes to the right, now he's in a double team. Sprints to the left, hands it off to Charlton Jones, 10 to shoot. Charlton dribbles into the paint, looks off the defender and lays it in with 5 on the shot clock. That's a great drive by Charlton Jones, and OCU's lead is back up to 16, 74-58. And Cutler catches underneath for USAO and lays it in. Quick pass by Lloyd from the corner. 3.5 minutes to play. Stars content to use clock on their offensive possessions. USAO needs to score quickly when they have the ball. 74-60. OCU on top. Terry Johnson backs away near midcourt. Waves off a screen from Caleb Smith. 16 on the shot clock as Terry continues to dribble way outside right. He has 26 points. Into the corner, Charlton Jones, right side, drives into the paint. No look pass to Haji Wade, left baseline, 18-foot jumper, missed strong. Rebound, Caleb Smith for OCU. And the Stars reset, and they'll run more clock. Charlton Jones waves off a screen from Haji. Backs away near midcourt. Cutler is guarding Charlton Jones. Jones takes him on the drive to the left side, all the way to the bucket, hangs in the air, lost control. Ball slapped out of bounds off of the knee of Caleb Smith, and it goes to USAO. Two minutes and 42 seconds left. OCU 74, USAO 60. It's been an inspired performance by the Stars this late Scott dribbles into the front court for USAO. Over to the left he goes, guarded by Terry Johnson. Hits a screen from Cutler, up to the foul line. Stops, shoots, and scores. Siobhan Scott is into double figures now, 10 points. And the lead is 12 for OCU. More than likely, it'll be inside 2 minutes. USAO gets the ball back. Terry Johnson dribbling off near midcourt. Backs away on the dribble. The 5-second count is off as Scott backs off defensively. 13 on the shot clock. Terry now in a double team. Bounces it to Jameel Donovan. Into the corner to Charlton Jones. Baseline to Haji Wade, and he stepped on the inline out of bounds and turns it over. USAO gets it back with 1:55 left, and Deion Phelps takes a timeout. A full timeout will step aside as well. OCU leads at 74-62, 1:55 left. This Stars Basketball on OCUSports.com and Stretch Internet.
Hello, this is Suffering the Odds, Mind Control Album Volume 1, Series 1. Welcome, stroke victim. Feel free to think for yourself. However, all independent actions from here out will be forbidden. You have had a stroke. Do not attempt to dance. Do not attempt to walk. Do not attempt to drive a car. Use the restroom alone, or make a phone call. You will follow the instructions found on this record. Sit there silently and suffer the odds. Please turn the record over. Please turn the record over. Please turn the record over.
The odds are African Americans are twice as likely to suffer a stroke as white Americans, but there are steps you can take to help beat the odds. Call 1-888-4-STROKE or go to strokeassociation.org.
Join the power to end stroke.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Back at Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars leading USAO 74-62 with 1:55 remaining. We look around the conference, second day of conference play. MacU and Rogers State still in a tight one. 55-52, Rogers on top right now. USAO with the basketball trailing by 12. Lloyd in the corner. Out to Lofton, three-pointer, good. And it's a single-digit lead on the DeJuan Lofton three. Haji Wade fouled. No, he traveled in the center of the floor, and USAO will get it. USAO tried to take this one down to a 7 or a 6-point game on this possession. Scott hands it off to Lofton, veers to the left, stops. Back to Scott, right side, falls down and loses it. Haji Wade comes up with it down the floor to Jameel Donovan. Donovan, no look pass to Haji Wade for the slam. Rumpf into the front court quickly, drives, pass intercepted by Terry Johnson, and OCU gets it back. Terry, a diagonal dribble, gets away from traffic, and OCU will take this one inside 1 minute on this possession. Leading 76-55. Terry Johnson crosses over. He has a season high in points. He wants more. He missed the shot. USAO with a long outlet pass. Lofton catches, pulls up, shoots for three. Got it. DeJuan Lofton has 9 points. And it's 76-68 OCU. Jameel Donovan in the front court. Passes to Haji Wade at the foul line. Out to Charlton Jones. 24 on the shot clock. 38 seconds left. Out to Caleb Smith, left corner, three-pointer in flight, missed off the back of the rim. USAO rebound. Scott has it. He dribbles down the right side, stops, out to Lofton, back to Scott, right side, fakes the three, one dribble, 18-footer baseline shot missed. Rebound slapped out of bounds. It will be USAO basketball. Which appears to be the wrong call from my vantage point, but I'm pretty far away. Timeout, OCU. 76-68 with 22 seconds left. OCU on top of USAO. And a full timeout taken by OCU. We'll step aside. Stars Basketball on OCUSports.com.
We are talking about our world today. Oh, and someone's on the line.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline.
Welcome, Jacqueline. How old are you? You sound so young.
I'm 8.
Oh, wow. I assume you're a student, right?
Yes, from Jefferson Elementary. And I have a question.
Sure. And what's your question?
We all know the Earth has 7 continents that currently carry 193 countries. Those continents make up 29% of the Earth's surface, meaning that the vast majority of our planet, 71%, is comprised of water. Taking into consideration man automatically adapts to environmental conditions, why is it that I need to take swimming lessons?
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
Back at Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars lead USAO 76-68 with 22 seconds left. UCO inbounding right baseline underneath their own bucket. Inbound to Lofton. Quick fall-away three. Hit the side of the backboard. No good. Jameel Donovan rebounds on the run for the Stars. He'll curl it out, and if USAO doesn't choose to foul, this will be it. But they're hawking the ball, and they'll foul Caleb Smith. But this could take years because that's just the 4th USAO team foul. Rumpf picks up his second. And with 11 seconds left, Caleb Smith will inbound. Caleb looking, bounces it in, and it's thrown away. Scooped up by Scott of USAO, drives and lays it in. He has 12 points with 6 seconds left. It's an 8-point game. Jameel Donovan accepts the inbound pass, bounces it up to Charlton Jones. Into the front court he goes with a high-stepping dribble. He's grabbed by Cutler. Cutler, that's his 4th and the 5th team foul, so still no foul shots for OCU. Charlton Jones smiling to himself as he goes to inbound the ball along the left sideline. Into the backcourt goes to Jameel Donovan. They won't foul, and that'll do it. OCU with a good performance today, 76-70. They defeat the 14th ranked team in America here at Abe Lemons Arena. Post-game stats, conversation with Deion Phelps coming up in a moment on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.
This is Dave from the Dave Matthews Band for RAD. When you go out and party, get drunk, then drive, you're not only loaded, you're a loaded weapon. When you celebrate, designate. Choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives, and so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
The audience at the Apollo is twice as likely.
The people at my family reunion are twice as likely.
My classmates at Morehouse College are twice as likely.
Many listeners to this radio station are twice as likely.
It's called the odds.
And the odds are African Americans are nearly twice as likely to suffer a stroke as white Americans.
There are steps you can take to help beat the odds. Start by calling 1-888-4-STROKE or go to strokeassociation.org. Join the power to end stroke. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Lisa Leslie and I play basketball. I drive the lane. I also drive my team, but I don't drink and drive. We at RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving, say, hey, if you're going to drink, don't drive. Beep, 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 yeah.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
That's the sound of your classmate forwarding a picture from your profile to everyone he knows. Some guys posting graphic comments about your body. And worst of all, your dad seeing a photo of you topless. All because of the time you posted those pictures on your profile. Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends, and even not-so-friendly people.
Visit cybertipline.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
The following commercial is sponsored by FeedThePig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money.
We will not entice you with messages like,
lowest prices in town. Dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
No obligation consultation.
nor will we brag about our
Huge selection. Enormous variety.
One-stop shopping.
Everything under one roof.
or promise.
Prices reduced up to 75%.
A sale like this can't go on forever. Factory liquidation.
Financing options available.
We will offer no contingencies like,
See store for details.
Prices and participation may vary.
Legal exclusions apply.
No purchase necessary.
or try to convince you that our product will give you
Leaner, tighter abs in minutes.
Perfect smile. Porcelain veneers.
Freedom from those painful, embarrassing bunions.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Back inside Abe Lemons Arena, the Stars defeat USAO 76-70, moved to 8-2 on the year, 1-1 in Sooner Athletic Conference play. Identical record for USAO after their loss, 8-2 and 1-1. 3 players in double figures for USAO. Siobhan Scott and Norris Rumpf with 12 apiece, and Kenneth White had 11. Leading scorer Brandon Cutler came in averaging 17.5 points a game. He was held to 8. DeJuan Lofton had 9. Darius Bryson 7. Philip Harris 6. And Jezeth Lloyd 5 for USAO. Stars won the rebound battle 36-29. USAO had Siobhan Scott with 5. 4 players with 4. Lloyd, Cutler, Rumpf, and Lofton all with 4 rebounds for USAO. 5 assists for Philip Harris. 3 apiece for Lloyd and Cutler. And 3 steals by Siobhan Scott. USAO had 7 steals in the game. 2 block shots. They forced 14 OCU turnovers. They assisted 14 times on 27 made baskets, 27 of 62, 43.5% shooting. They were 11 of 22 from beyond the arc, 5 of 9 at the foul line. OCU also had 4 players in double figures, 26 for Terry Johnson as a season high. Eclipsed his previous season high of 20 points that was set against Northwood on December the 5th. Charlton Jones had 12 points. Yvonne Matip and Sean Grant with 11 apiece. Caleb Smith, Ohaji Wade had 8 apiece, and Jamil Donovan didn't score but dished out 5 assists in the game. Charlton Jones had his average 7 assists in the ballgame, go along with 8 rebounds in his 12 points. 2 assists for Terry Johnson. Charlton was eclipsed in rebounding only by Yvonne Matip's 9. Terry Johnson had 7. Caleb Smith 4. Haji Wade 3. 2 steals for Terry Johnson. Stars got 5 steals, 4 block shots. Haji Wade had a season-high 3 block shots. Caleb Smith had the other one. They forced 13 USAO turnovers, 16 assists on 32 made baskets, 32 of 60, 53% shooting from the floor, 8 of 16 from three-point range, and 4 of 6 at the foul line. OCU led the points in the paint, 36-26. They led points off turnovers, 15-14. Second chance points, OCU on top of that one, 13-8. Fast break points was a 12-5 OCU advantage. And the USAO bench ended up outscoring the Stars bench 27-22, but considering the Stars only used 2 bench players, the 22 points is rather impressive in that category, I think. And got Coach Dion Phelps joining us in just a moment here on our post-game coverage. As OCU led throughout this one. Their largest advantage was by 16 points. That was around the 8-minute mark when that last happened. Final margin 76-70. USAO falls here, the 14th ranked team, to the 22nd ranked OCU Stars. And we welcome in Coach Dion Phelps. And Coach, guys you had available tonight, they brought it, didn't they?
Yeah, they made their mind up that they were going to compete. I'm proud of those guys. Just really more than anything, just the mental toughness. To play as many minutes as those guys had to play tonight, I thought they played really well. Terry
Johnson, a season-high 26 points, also had 7 rebounds in the game. Talk about his play today.
You know what? That's what we need out of him pretty much every night, is to be real aggressive. But, you know, out of our guards, you look at Charlton had 8 rebounds and Terry had 7. I mean, those are little guys, but they made up their mind that they were going to compete, and that's what we need from them.
Yvonne Matip came in the first half, played some inspired basketball. He ended up just 1 rebound shy of a double-double, 11 and 9 tonight.
Yeah, you know what? He probably could have got it if I would put him back in. But like I said, I think collectively, I think all those guys, made their contribution. They bought into what we were going to have to do into the game plan tonight, and that was just to stay together through the whole time. Don't separate. Continue to compete as a team and share the ball. 14 turnovers is a little high for us, but 16 assists, that's what we wanted to do, is share the basketball.
One guy who did that very well is Jameel Donovan, getting his first start today as a freshman. Didn't score, but dished out 5 assists in the game.
You know what? He had a very big role tonight. As you know, he had to step up and try to guard Norris, and Norris has been having a great season so far. And so he accepted the challenge, and I'm really proud of him. He took care of the basketball. I'm trying to look here. I don't know if he had any turnovers at all. Did he have a turnover tonight?
No.
He didn't have any turnovers, and I think for a freshman to come into that and accept that challenge, I think he did a great job.
What are you thinking when Haji Wade picks up his second foul 3 minutes into the game, has to go to the bench, and you're like, well, there's my only post player, and he's gone?
Yeah, you know what? I was a little frustrated because the second foul came a little quick, and it wasn't a physical foul, but it was a foul. One of the things I told our guys is that be prepared. You're going to have to play multiple positions, and you're going to have to kind of man up and be tough about it if we can. We were fortunate that they didn't take a big-time advantage of that, and we were able to get out of the first half without, getting hurt.
You talked to me last game about having to defend Brandon Cutler coming into this game. He ends up just with 8 points, came into the game averaging 17.5. What was the philosophy on him? I know Haji started out on him, and then it was kind of a team effort between Caleb and Yvonne. Everybody took their turn trying to guard him, and they did a pretty good job holding him under double digits.
You know what they did, and he's a tremendous player. I just thought that we were going to try to camp in on him, make him have to make some decisions, make him have to kick it out and pass it a little bit more than letting him just go one-on-one isolation. If he can get that ball one-on-one down there, he can really score the basketball. So we just tried to do some things to make him have to second-guess a couple of times, and that kind of helped. But we know that he's a really good player and that he at any moment can turn that thing back up.
The West Texas trip coming up next weekend. You visit Lubbock Christian on Thursday and stay down there and visit Wayland on Saturday. How tough is that trip, just knowing that that's the only time you really have to make a multi-day trip in this league?
Exactly. It's just a little bit different. We're fortunate this year that we're not in school. So we have a little bit of time. There's not as many other things that our guys have to focus on other than just getting down to West Texas and playing that game. It's a very tough game because both environments are great environments to play in. Lubbock, very good team, well-coached team. So is Wayland Baptist. Athletic, physically strong. So, when you're looking at back-to-back plus the drive down there, it's going to be a tough game. But we have to be up for it.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. The Stars defeat USAO 76-70, and that'll do it for us. And we will not be making the trip to West Texas. We'll be back on the air a week from that trip with more OCU Stars basketball here on OCUsports.com and Stretch Internet.